Shalom. One self souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Bashem El Shah, Bashem Kodash, double honor to the apostle, great millstone, and honors to brothers doing the work, the most on truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, or Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. His son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba meaning in, meaning that, and Sham meaning names, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. And the topic on everyone's lips, and that is or rather everyone that's in the know, on their lips, that is the death of Lord Jacob Rothschild, right? And hey, it's a beautiful day, right? The Lord has allowed us to see the demise of a load of these elites on the left hand side, right? Which is a beautiful thing, right? It is a blessing, to be able to see the fall of these of our enemies, right? Which is the first precept that I'm going to open up with, right? This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things I have judged in mine heart to be happy. Right, and the 10th, I will utter with my tongue, a man hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right, and this here for real is an enemy of the children of Israel. Okay, he is one of the, in this article, try to say how he's only got 900 million. No, this is one of the kings of the earth. Right, he's just one of the kings of the earth. That he's one of these individuals that have been a reason that peace has been taken from the earth. Right. But we've been able, to see his demise, see, Rockefeller's demise, Elizabeth's demise, Philip's demise, right? And there was an article that a brother shared earlier on, right? Basically saying how the article was basically touching on whether Charles's cancer is worse than more serious than they made it come out to be, right? So. This is a good day. I wasn't gonna drink anything, but I may just get a glass of wine, to celebrate, right? And this is a thing as well when we're celebrating, right? The elites, you think they ain't getting pings of all of the apostles, elders, bishops, Hakim, posting vids celebrating this man's demise. Now, of course they are. Right, and they're getting, they're pissed, right? They're angry. But also one of the things as well that it shows is, I didn't even get a breaking news alert for this, I don't believe, right? Yeah, this is one of the rulers of this world, right? So once again, Bhakti Abba Shemel Shah, for we know exactly what is actually going on, right? So it says has an estimated fortune of 825, right? Which is just BS, right? They're trying to hide their tracks, right? But this is Psalms 91:8. It says, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." Right, now this is just one example, but we're gonna through spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, Lords will be of the elect. Right, when all is said and done, the elect are going to be standing on that sea of glass watching as America is destroyed. Let's grab that real quick. It says, and I saw, as Revelation 15:2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. Right, and that sea of glass mingled with fire. It's talking about the the ozone layer, the firmament, the ozone layer, and the elect basically looking down from the chariot. Basically watching America being burned, right? That's where that fire is coming from, right? Those nuclear missiles burning up that place, right? Good imagery is the end of Terminator 3, right? Where you basically see the nukes hitting up the land. Okay, so that's ultimately when this particular one's going to be fulfilled. And in the kingdom, of course, we're going to have these different heathens in utter subjection. Right, when it comes down to the destruction of this place, right, what are these elites going to do? They're going to try and hide, but the scripture says this, right? Though they dig into Amos 9:2, though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves on the top of Carmel, I'll search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Right, so these elites, they're gonna start hiding. Right, they're going to start hiding into their different into their different bunkers or whatever, or wherever it is that they're going, right? If would you call it, if this devil was still alive, yeah, that's if he's even dead, right? Lord's will, dead and not hiding, right? But this if he was still alive, that's what he would have done when it was time. He would have gone and he would have been hiding in those bunkers, right? But the Lord wants these elites to be doing that, right? Because they're going to be taken. That's what it says there. Thence will my hand take them, right? And a few precepts on that same point. Revelation 6:15. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men, the chief captains and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, right? Once again, a good imagery for that is the film Kingsman, right, with the near the end scene with Samuel L. Jackson, right, where basically you have them all, you have the wealthy basically sitting and chilling in the in like a cave, like a big cave, right? So as I said to the mountains and it's like and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Okay, so that is once again that's what these elites of this society what are going to be doing in these last days. They're going to be hiding, right? And because they know that Yahweh Shem Shai was going to send his son Yahweh Shai to come and basically take them from their rulership, right? For instance, one of the let me grab that head many crown, right? Revelation 19:12, his eyes was a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Right, and those many crowns is allegorical to all of the crowns that Yahweh Shai is going to take. Right, from basically he's going to take these heathen kingdoms, a power from them. Okay, and that's what's meant by that many crowns. Right, it's representative of Yahweh Shai taking the power from them. It says, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. Right, and even as we're getting that precept, thinking of Daniel 7:18, right? It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, right? But who's going to give it to us, right? It's going to be Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the one that's going to allow us to be able to do this, right? To be able to take because Yahweh Shai is going to come and take the power, right? And then he's going to, give it to us. Scriptures talk about being joint heirs with him, right? It says, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, right? And also when I get Daniel's, I forget how it's phrased, so if you bear with me, Daniel, the second chapter, yeah, there we go, right? This is Daniel 2 from 34. Right, it says, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Right, and that's that stone is representative of Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. Yahweh Shai is going to come, and through him we're going to get power over these different heathens and these different nations. Right. So back to the previous point, Isaiah 2 from 19 says, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. All right, so they're going to hide. Right, they're going to hide, but as we read in Amos the 9th chapter, we're going to find them. Right, what are we going to do? Right, as is Psalms 149, should I read into it? What is it? From 5. Right, it says, let the saints be joyful in glory, let them sing aloud upon their beds, let the high praises of the Most High be in the mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Even as I'm reading this, I'm thinking about a point that's been made several times, which is you have all of these Christians, they may only believe in the New Testament, but they'll have the book of Psalms, and be like, oh yeah, this is all the Most High is all lovely, and it's all of that Christian BS, right? But then this is in the Psalms, right? About carrying a two-edged sword, right? And let's hear what it's about to say, right? It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Are you going to take them, right? And basically have them as captives. Right. In fact, let's grab that. This is Isaiah 14 and 2. Right. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right, so we're going to take these, which call it, these different kings and nobles of the world. We're going to take, for instance, which says, let their kings be thy nursing fathers, and also in Isaiah the 60th chapter speaks of, let their kings be brought, right? So that's what when we read this here, right, Isaiah 149:8, I'll read it again, to bind their kings with chains and nobles with fetters of iron. That's literal, right? The Lord is going to allow us to have this, right? And if Rothschild really is dead, then guess what? He's coming back in in chains, right? Because that's ultimately what the circle of life is, if you will, right? When, in fact, let me grab that in Ecclesiastes. There we go. This is Ecclesiastes 12:7, right? It says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. So when an individual dies, their flesh, right, disintegrates, but their spirit goes back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to get judged, right? And then they're in the spiritual realm, for a season, and then they come back to get judged, right? This is Job 3. I want to just jump to the point. All right, so it says, Job 3:13. It says, for now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept, then had I been at rest, with kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, right? Or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as an hidden untimely birth had I not been, as infants which never saw the light, right? And that's the point. It said with kings and counselors, right? It says there the wicked cease from troubling. Yeah, so if he's in the spirit realm for real, then guess what? He ain't troubling no more. He ain't troubling no one, right? And there's no message they can send back because it's a spirit, right? Spirit had it whereby 2 lessons that did last week referenced, the rich man and Lazarus, right? And then, today with this news, what are you having? A whole conversation about the rich man and Lazarus, right? So hey, it's a beautiful time, Kahala Yaba Shimei Shai, right? So it says, there the wicked cease from troubling, and the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master, right? So we read that, right? But one of the things that I wanted to touch on as well, on this, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy, right, is on the left hand side. They want to see our fall, right? They want to see our fall, right? So when they're seeing all of their heads, right, dropping like flies, right, because they're really dropping like flies at the moment, right? They're gonna want to, speed up their plans on their side, right? This is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, so when he's seeing, because this is the second top Rothschild that's died, but if I'm not mistaken, there was another one that died last year. So this is 2, and obviously the Queen and Philip, right, and then a Rockefeller not too long ago, and then his wife died in 2019, right, and then he's the question is out on his health, right, whether he's even gonna with his cancer diagnosis and all of that, right. You have another I always forget her name, right, but the other royal, right, Fergie, right, she's in hospital. Kate just came out of hospital, right. So there's question marks on the amount of time that these devils have left, right? But because they want to see their enterprise be fulfilled, right? Because they want to see Jake be destroyed, right? They're gonna start hurrying up, right? Because they're looking too, and they're like, oh shit, we better get this show on the road, right? This is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. It shall be a time of trouble. And what did the Spirit have Apostle Tahar name this year? The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, right? And once again, should this be a true story, these elites that remain, they're gonna be like, look, man, too many of us is going. We gotta get down, right? We need to forward these plans, okay? So it says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Right? So that time of trouble is going to come. But guess what? The elect, right? The elect are going to be okay. They're going to be good. Okay, they're going to be good because, the Lord has, reserved them. All right. Now, does it mean it's going to be all roses for the elect? No, there's no. Right. Scriptures talk about, the Acts 14:22, right? Through much tribulation we shall enter, but ultimately the elect are going to be good. Right. My servants shall eat. My servants shall laugh. Right. But this is it, right? Isaiah 59:19, right? So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, right? And we can, see, through the precepts, through the legislation, right, that this man is preparing to come down. It's one of the things I keep, seeing, right, online, because, I have, I follow, commentators that are, right leaning, and follow some commentators are left leaning, but the left leaning ones just weirdos, man. But primarily a lot of the people that I see online are right wing, and they're making Esau's making Jake the enemy, right? When you're seeing Jake getting away with crimes and with all this whole thing that happened with Gemini, the Google image AI, right? This whole idea that history is being rewritten to favor, to basically favor Jake, right? Because that's really who they have issues with, right? Yeah, certain images maybe they've drawn it to look like a Moab or Ammonite, right? But really the main thing people that they really have an issue with is Jake. Okay, yeah, they don't like Elam. Yeah, these Edomites don't like Elam, right? They don't like Ishmael, right? But they certainly, right, do not like you Israelites. But Israel is being made as the problem child, right? So we can see everything, being put into place, right? So let me read that again. So when the enemy shall come in like a flood, right, which you can see that being prepared, right? It says the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, right? So we needn't worry because although this man's going to come down with great wrath, right, because he needs to hurry up his plan, right, and we're with that, man. Hurry up your plans, right, because we've already won through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. It is written that we've won already. Okay, we just have to live through it. We just have to, just go through this last sprint, right? You imagine a marathon, right, or in fact, a marathon, right? You know that last mile, that last 2 miles, is gonna be painful as hell on your body, right? But hey, if you want to win the race, you gotta run, right? You gotta run, and you gotta feel the pain, and then but the joy, right? When you cross that finish line, when hopefully Lord's will we cross that finish line, right? Right, and are saved from this wicked world, right? But hey, the Lord is gonna be with us, man. If we be of the elect, right? The Lord is going to protect his men, right, from this great wrath that this devil is about to begin. Because once again, he is seeing his elites drop like flies, right? So as always, Lord's will does edify him. Till next time we say, Shalom.